Driving enthusiasts that can't afford Porsches, BMWs, or Cadillac Blackwings might consider Hyundai. Yeah, Hyundai. I'm auto specialist Tom Voelk for the Seattle International Auto Show, and this is the Kona N, a high-performance version of the civilian model. Stuffed with upgrades, it's kind of a bargain at $35,500.
I love the steering on this car. It's direct without being squirrely. Turn-in is nice and crisp. There's road feel coming up through the steering wheel. This thing is just a romp to drive, especially in the city.
What makes it go, and go quickly? The N's four-cylinder is a turbocharged 2-liter with 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque to play with. Sounds good, but it gets even better. Yeah, it's adjustable. There's an electronic limited slip differential and a rack-mounted steering unit. The shoes are Pirelli P0s. Glad it's not raining. Brakes get a big promotion too. Vented 14.2 inches up front, 12.4 in the back. Adaptive shocks too. There's a lot for the money here. The N grin shift button is for 20 seconds of maximum power and transmission mapping, kind of like Porsche's Sport Chrono button. The gearbox is an 8-speed wet dual clutch that can be manually controlled, though it's pretty darn smart on its own. Modes? There are a bunch of those, and they make a difference. There are 2 N buttons that allow drivers to quickly recall the drive settings of their choice. There's all sorts of information available to serious drivers, throttle and brake position. Plus, for those who are lucky enough to track this, significant information to help carve precious seconds off lap times. No need for a track, though. Kona is a hoot on public roads. Kona N is front-wheel drive. Torque steer, that tugging of the steering wheel under hard acceleration, is present but well controlled. Chances are urban streets are where this will be driven most, and Kona N shines in those kind of cut-and-thrust conditions. Your neighbors will appreciate the exhaust set to quiet in the morning, though. Rev-matching downshifts are a thing. My mics don't pick up the moderate turbo whistle.
The dual clutch transmission is terrific. Snappy shifts, great programming together with a lovely engine note.
Want a 6-speed manual gearbox? That's available in Elantra and Veloster N. Being a sporty car, the suspension is firm, especially in the highest adjustable setting.
Power's fun and all, but brakes, those are what's going to save you, and these are very good. And fairly fade-free. Notice something? No engine stop-start, not even a button to turn it on or off. Fuel economy, everybody is sensitive about that these days. The EPA rates the Kona N's average at 23 miles per gallon. I'm seeing a little bit better than that, 27.
The cabin is not luxurious. Consider that the average car these days costs 10 grand more than the Kona N. There are some nice touches where hands make contact, and materials are good quality. This panel is soft and rubbery. On top, it's hard but substantial. Between the bolstering and the grippy fabric of the heated seats, butts stay planted in the hardest of maneuvers. Hyundai does a solid job with user interfaces, so that's not an issue here. Nothing laggy or confusing. I'm 5'9", and 2 of me will be just fine here, even though Kona is not a huge vehicle, and phones can be charged. This being a small SUV, it's good for hauling things up to 46 cubic feet, or with all seats filled, 19. That's around 5 carry-on suitcases. I've driven cars twice the cost that aren't half as engaging. It's not about the price, it's about the experience. Enthusiasts on a budget will want to check out the Kona N at a Hyundai dealership. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.